Now the next one is di and poly basic acids. For example, HCl. In aqueous state, it is dissociates into H plus ion and Cl minus ion. There is no further dissociation because it is monoprotic acid. It has only Ka value, but not Ka2, Ka3 like that. But in the case of diprotic acids like H2SO4, in the case of H2SO4, it is having 2 protons. That's why it dissociates in 2 steps. First step is H plus aqueous and bisulfate ion will be formed. Because this is an example of di-basic acid. Its basicity is equal to 2. Di-basic acid. So it is having 2 Ka values. This is Ka1, first ionization. After that, bisulfate ion in aqueous medium dissociates into H plus aqueous, and finally SO4 minus 2 aqueous will be formed. So this is Ka2. So diprotic acid exhibit 2 different dissociation constant values. Among these 2, Ka1 is more than Ka2 and so on. Suppose if it is tribasic acid, it is also having Ka1, Ka2 and Ka3 also. So among Ka1 and Ka2, Ka1 is more because it is very easy to remove proton from neutral acid. But in the second stage, in Ka2, it is difficult to remove the H plus ion from this anion, bisulfate anion, because there are attractions in between the positive and negative in bisulfate ion. So it is very difficult to remove positively charged proton from a negative ion due to electrostatic force of attraction. That's why in the case of diprotic acids, Ka1 is more than Ka2. In the case of triprotic acids, Ka1 is more than Ka2 and Ka2 is more than Ka3. So sulfuric acid possesses 2 different Ka values. This is Ka1 and Ka2, and here this Ka1 is more when compared with Ka2. So this is about the dissociation of diprotic acid. The next one is, what are the factors affecting on the acidic strength? For example, if the acid is represented by Ha, this acidic strength depends upon 2 factors. One is the strength of this HA bond and polarity of this HA bond. The dissociation of an acid depends upon the strength of this HA bond and the polarity of this HA bond. For example, fluorine, bromine and iodine belongs to same group. If they form acids HF, HCl, HBr, HI. Among these four acids, the dissociation of the HA depends upon the strength of the bond. Top to bottom, the size of the atom increases. That's why HI bond strength is very less due to larger size of I minus. That's why the strength of HI is more than the acidic strength of HI is more than HBr, and HBr strength is more than HCl, and HCl strength is more than HF. Even though the fluorine shows more electronegativity character, but it's this bond due to very low atomic size of fluorine, this bond strength is more. This bond strength is very less. So, among hydrogen halides, HI acts as strong acid. HI acts as strong acid, and HF acts as weak acid. So, in this case, if the A belongs to similar group, if those forms acids, among those acids, if the size of the A is more, that bond strength will be very less. So it produces H plus ions very easily. That's why iodic acid strength is more when compared to hydrogen fluoride acidic strength. So here the strength of the, here that means the dissociation of the acid depends upon the strength of the bond. This bond strength is more when compared to this bond strength, because the fluorine atomic size is very less. Hydrogen is the lightest element. So the smaller cation is stabilized by smaller cation. That's why this bond strength is more. That's why acidic nature is less. Here the bond strength is very less, because cation size is very less, anion size is very large. That's why this bond strength is very less. So it produces H plus ions very easily when it is dissolved in aqueous medium. So among hydrogen halides, the HI acts as strong acid and HF acts as weak acid. That means the dissociation of the acid here depends upon the strength of the bond, but not the polarity of the bond. If the acids are formed in the elements in the same period, now the acidic strength depends upon polarity of the bond. For example, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine belongs to same period. If they combines with hydrogen, CH4, ammonia, H2O and HF will be formed. So this is very weak acid because the EN difference between electronegativity difference between carbon and hydrogen is very less. That means here the strength of the acid, that means the dissociation of the acid depends upon polarity of the bond. HF is more polar when compared to H2O because according to Pauling scale of electronegativity, EN value of fluorine is 4.0. EN value of oxygen is 3.5. Electronegativity value of nitrogen is 3.0 and electronegativity value of carbon is 2.4. So electronegativity increases. So the strength of the acid is also increases. So this is weak acid when compared with ammonia. Ammonia acts as weak acid when compared with water, and finally HF acts as strong acid because this bond is more polar. This bond is more polar. Here this bond is non-polar. So here the dissociation of the acid depends upon polarity of the bond because this carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine belongs to same period. That's why if you compare these compounds, you consider the electronegativity character of these elements. So the most electronegative element in the periodic table is F. So from left to right, the acidic nature of the compounds increases in any period. Down the group from top to bottom, basic nature of the oxides increases. So here the strength of the acid depends upon polarity of the bond. Now the next one is what is meant by common ion effect in ionization of acids and bases. Common ion effect is defined as the degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte, for example, is suppressed by, decreased by the addition of another strong electrolyte which containing common ion. So this effect is known as common ion effect. The degree of dissociation of an electrolyte, generally weak electrolyte, is suppressed by the addition of another electrolyte, generally it is strong electrolyte which containing common ion. For example, the dissociation of acetic acid, the dissociation of acetic acid, the dissociation of acetic acid, it is one of the example of weak electrolyte. All strong acids act as strong electrolytes because their ionization is more. Here the acetic acid acts as weak acid, so in aqueous medium it is weakly ionized into acetate ion and H plus ion in aqueous medium. So this is the dissociation of weak acid. This dissociation is further suppressed. It is already weak acid, that's why its dissociation is very less, and it is further depressed or suppressed by the addition of the strong electrolyte which containing common ion. For example, if you add the sodium acetate electrolyte to this is very strong electrolyte. It dissociates very easily into acetate anion and sodium cation in aqueous medium. So this is very strong electrolyte. This is weak electrolyte. So here if you add sodium acetate to this dynamic equilibrium, sodium acetate having acetate ions. So these two are common ions. In the original equation, in the product side there are acetate ions. If you add sodium acetate strong electrolyte to this dynamic equilibrium, from this strong electrolyte further acetate ions are added to this dynamic equilibrium in the product side. That's why equilibrium shifts from right to left. Backward reaction takes place. So the degree of dissociation of weak acid is further reduced by the addition of this strong electrolyte. So here these two are common ions. Suppose if you add HCl, it also acts as very strong electrolyte. HCl containing H plus ions. Now this H plus and H plus are common ions. That's why in this case also the degree of dissociation of this weak acid is further reduced by the addition of strong electrolyte which containing common ion. So these two are common ions. Similarly, in the dissociation of weak base, same model. Dissociation of weak base like ammonium hydroxide. It is already known to you. Ammonium hydroxide weakly dissociates into NH4 plus in aqueous state and OH minus ion in aqueous state. This is weak base. So here the degree of dissociation of this weak base is very less. If you add the strong electrolyte like ammonium chloride to this dynamic equilibrium, now this is very strong electrolyte. That's why in aqueous medium it produces NH4 plus ions and Cl minus ions. So this strong electrolyte containing ammonium ion. Now these two are common ions. Here acetate ion and acetate ion are common ions. Here NH4 plus and NH4 plus are common ions. That's why equilibrium shifts from right to left. That means backward reaction takes place. That means the dissociation of weak base is further reduced by the addition of strong electrolyte which containing common ion. In the second example, common ion is NH4 plus. Suppose if you add caustic soda solution to this, caustic soda acts as very strong electrolyte because it is strong base. It containing OH minus ions. In that case, common ions are OH minus and OH minus. So in that case also, backward reaction takes place. So the dissociation of the weak base is further suppressed or reduced by the addition of the strong electrolyte which containing common ion. So in the first example, common ions are acetate ion in aqueous medium. In the second example, common ions are NH4 plus aqueous and NH4 plus aqueous. So finally, what is meant by common ion effect means the degree of dissociation of an electrolyte, generally weak electrolyte, is further suppressed by the addition of the another electrolyte, generally strong electrolyte, which containing common ion.